let's switch tack just a little bit. Let's talk about P-labs and methamphetamine,
My
which I
favourite
can
subject.
never say properly. So at the moment, the NZS 8510 remains in force until it's officially changed, as I understand it. And the Tenancy Tribunal continues to use this. This is not a long question, so
Sure.
bear with me. So, will this, you know how we've got the Sir Peter Gluckman's report came out?
Yep.
The question is, will the standard be changed and when? And there's a second part of the question, which is around the changing of the standard for Housing New Zealand properties. Appears tantamount, it's a little bit of an inflammatory question, allow me to say that, to condoning the smoking of methamphetamine, because the standards have come down. Let's just, have a bit of fun at home, we're not going to be tested, so therefore it's not going to be a problem. It is an illegal activity though, and should the tenants be held to account if an increase in meth levels is detected in your HNZ properties?
Sure.
Do you think?
Okay. First thing to say is that Sir Peter Gluckman, the Prime Minister's Chief Science Advisor, found that no other country in the world has been testing residential properties for methamphetamine contamination where there is no reason to believe that the property's been used for manufacture, where it's only been used for consumption. No other country in the world. We're the only one who's been doing it. Secondly,
a few things we're the only one of that we're quite proud of.
Yeah, this is not one that we should be proud of, believe me. Your industry has been making $25 million in insurance claims every year for the last few years for methamphetamine contamination. Most of that money's been wasted. Housing New Zealand has spent over the last nearly 5 years nearly $100 million on decontamination and testing. Most of that has been wasted. Hundreds of tenants have been turned out of their homes on the basis of bogus evidence. Hundreds of houses, private and public, have been left empty in the middle of a housing crisis. It has been a disaster, a collective policy failure by government, by institutions right across the board. Peter Gluckman's report found not a single case anywhere in the world of documented adverse health effects caused by third-hand exposure to methamphetamine in homes. Not a single documented case. There has been a moral panic that has so clouded the judgment of policymakers that institutions and the government allow this ridiculous situation to take place. And we are not going to stand by and see the vast waste of resources. The methamphetamine testing industry has whipped up a moral panic and exploited this situation to make money at your expense and at the expense of your tenants. And we are not going to allow that to continue.
So, allow me to talk into that just for a moment. Not trying to discredit Sir Peter Gluckman's report.
Yep.
However, I would make just a couple of small comments. One is that, as I understand it, there are some other reports that suggest something to the contrary. But as an analogy, back in World War II, the nurses were prescribing cigarettes to the returned soldiers because they thought it was a good idea at the time, and there was no evidence to suggest otherwise. So just to float the idea that at times, sometimes history transpires with hindsight medical
Tricia,
information.
this is one of the most credible scientific sources in our country, drawing on the best practice and scientific evidence, not in New Zealand, but around the world. So
allow me to ask you this then. If your 28-year-old son had a young child and wanted to rent somewhere,
yep,
and you had heard that there'd been someone smoking pee in the property, would you feel comfortable with that baby sleeping there?
Completely comfortable, and I would say clean the house and wipe the walls down if you have any concerns. If you have any serious concerns, get a commercial cleaner in. But don't waste your money. Don't waste thousands of dollars on decontamination that I think has now been completely discredited. You should only get a methamphetamine testing or decontamination work done if you have reason to believe that the place has been used for manufacture.
So So how do you tell?
The police will often know, neighbours might know, but unless you have reason to believe it's been used for manufacture, it is a waste of time and money to spend decontaminating it.
Okay.
And so we're going to do a review, the government's going to do a review of the standard 8510 that was published, and I expect that the result of that will be that another standard will be produced.
And timing on that?
The review, I have a timing on when a replacement standard might be put in place, but we do have legislation before the Parliament at the moment that specifically includes a section that was designed to provide powers of access for landlords to do testing and so on, and obligations on landlords not to knowingly rent out a place that they know is contaminated. So we have made some changes to that, and under that section of this new law, which is not yet passed, but it's before the Parliament at the moment, we will set some regulations that will be based on the findings in the Gluckman report, and will provide very clear and practical guidelines for landlords and tenants for dealing with this issue. And that law will be passed in the next few months, and then we'll consult on the guidelines.
So if we suspect there's been a PLAB, then we need to test, and that's where we think there's a risk, and we need to try and work out whether or not we suspect.
That's Sir Peter Gluckman's advice.
So let's wrap up, because we're just, I think the time is stable. We are conscious of wrapping up within a reasonable time frame of when we first thought. So with